news on Wells Radio 89.3 FM.
Hello and good afternoon. Here is the World News at noon on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're reaching you live from Wells Broadcasting House along Galafi Avenue, Oluyole, Estate, Ibadan. I am Ayo Emmanuel Ojo. First, the headlines. Federal government opens special CBN account for retirees' benefits. No terrorist influx into Oyo, police insist. Somaliland president visits Jerusalem in defense of Mogadishu. EU chief hails US-Iran deal to end war, reopen Hormuz. United Kingdom announces ban on social media for under 16s. And in the ever-exciting world of sport, Lukman responds to Galatasaray interest. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. The federal government has created a dedicated account with the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, for the management and disbursement of the newly approved Exit Benefit Scheme for retiring civil servants in a move aimed at safeguarding funds and ensuring transparency in the payment of retirement benefits. The guidelines, signed by the head of Civil Service of the Federation, D.D. Wilson Jack, disclosed that the special account would be domiciled within the CBN and managed by the National Pension Commission as a sole body of funds earmarked for the scheme. Under the scheme, eligible employees of Treasury-funded ministries, departments, and agencies who have served for a minimum of 10 years will receive an amount equivalent to 100% of their total annual enrollment upon retirement or disengagement. The federal government also approved transitional arrangements for employees who retired between the 1st of January and September 30, 2026, as well as the next of kin of eligible employees who died during the period. The Oyo State Police Command yesterday debunked a viral video alleging the movement of about 300 Lakurawa terrorists into the state, describing it as false and deliberately crafted to cause fear and heighten tension among members of the public. A statement released by the State Police Public Relations Officer Olayinka Ayolade in Ibadan further described the viral video as misleading and aimed at causing panic among the people. Ayolade explained that findings from the forensic review showed that the voice overlay in the circulated video allegedly created to one Halaji Muftol from Katangura responded with earlier false information previously investigated and debunked by the police command. The PPRO said the command would continue to deploy all lawful measures to preserve the security gains recorded in recent times and ensure that any person or group seeking to destabilize the peace enjoyed in the state was arrested and prosecuted accordingly. And now to politics. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, has said that the people of the Southeast will declare President Tinubu as their sole presidential candidate in the 2027 general election today. The statement was disclosed yesterday by the minister's spokesperson, Francis Nweze, saying Umahi revealed the development as an inspection of ongoing federal road project across Ebonyi State at the weekend. The minister used the occasion to highlight what he described as the unprecedented infrastructure transformation taking place under the administration of President Tinubu. Speaking during the inspection, Umahi showcased several strategic federal projects across the state and the southeast, explaining that the region remains deeply grateful to President Tinubu for the tangible evidence of inclusion, fairness, and development. Now to the foreign scene. Israeli President Isaac Herzog welcomed his counterpart from Somalia's breakaway region of Somaliland, Abdurrahman Abdullahi, in Jerusalem yesterday. Israel recognized Somaliland as an independent state which has been a reality on the ground for several decades. Herzog said during a joint news conference that both countries acted with courage and realism. A number of countries rejected Israel's recognition of Somalia's breakaway region of Somaliland as an independent nation, the first by any country in more than 30 years. Somaliland declared independence from Somalia in 1991 during a decent inter-conflict that continues to leave the East African country fragile. Despite having its own government and currency, Somaliland had never been recognized by any nation until Israel did in December 2025. Moving on, European Union chief Antonio Costa has welcomed a deal between the United States and Iran to end the Middle East war, adding that the bloc was ready to contribute to a strategy for lasting peace. The European Council president wrote on his X handle today that he looked forward to an end to the costly war and to full restoration of freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. The United States and Iran said they had reached a deal to end the Middle East war on all fronts, including Lebanon, and reopen the vital Strait of Hormuz, but offered little indication on the thorny question of Tehran's nuclear program. Few of the details were made public by the United States President Donald Trump, said the Strait of Hormuz, a key conduit for global oil supplies, would reopen after the planned signing of the deal on Friday. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced a forthcoming total ban on social media for children under 16, saying that such platforms are making children unhappy. Starmer said today that the government will ban access to social media for all children under the age of 19, warning that these platforms are exposing them to content that is dangerous and designed to be addictive. The government said the ban will include platforms such as Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X, but not messaging services such as WhatsApp. He added that he hoped to pass the regulation by late December for the ban to come into full force in spring next year. The Prime Minister also said the government would go further and take world-leading action on gaming services and live streaming platforms. And finally, in the ever-exciting world of sports, Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman is reportedly open to joining the Turkish champions Galatasaray, provided the club can reach an agreement with Atletico Madrid over a transfer fee. According to reports in Turkey, Galatasaray have stepped up their interest in the Nigerian international as they prepare for the 2026-2027 season, with fellow Super Eagles star Victor Osimhen set to be playing a key role in the pursuit. Osimhen, who has been strongly linked to a permanent move to the Istanbul club, is reported to have spoken with Lookman about the prospect of joining him at Galatasaray. Report from Turkish outlet Aspor claimed Lookman has responded positively to the interest, but has made it clear that any deal depends on an agreement being reached with Atletico Madrid. That's it on the World News at noon. Before we end the news, here are the highlights. The federal government has created a dedicated account with the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) for the management and disbursement of the newly approved Exit Benefit Scheme for retiring civil servants in a move aimed at safeguarding funds and ensuring transparency in the payment of retirement benefits. The Oyo State Police Command yesterday debunked a viral video alleging the movement of about 300 Lakurawa terrorists into the state, describing it as false and deliberately crafted to cause fear and heighten tension among members of the public. And on the foreign scene, Israeli President Isaac Herzog welcomed his counterpart from Somalia's breakaway region of Somaliland, Abdurrahman Abdullahi, in Jerusalem yesterday. European Union Chief Antonio Costa has welcomed the deal between the United States and Iran to end the Middle East war, adding that the bloc was ready to contribute to a strategy for lasting peace. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced a forthcoming total ban on social media for children under 16, saying that such platforms are making children unhappy. And in the ever-exciting world of sports, Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman is reportedly open to joining Turkish champions Galatasaray, provided the club can reach an agreement with Atletico Madrid over a transfer fee. The bulletin was compiled and edited by Kunle Olowu. Stay connected with us on all our social media platforms at Wells Radio 893.